Do a bit of what's going on here?
What's going on here?
Yeah,
It's me, Bragi.
I heard you.
Hello, folks. Hello, Egil.
Hello there,
how are you
Bragi.
today? Very nice to meet you.
You're dressed up.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Who are you going to kill?
I don't know yet. Hopefully some Saxon peasant. But that's
Oh,
another
dear.
story. I don't, to say that, we don't mind Saxons, do we?
Well,
We like the Saxons.
I'm actually descended from Saxons, but there you go.
So what are we here for today?
Yeah, well, what are we here for?
Well, today it is a combat video,
Whoops.
and it's also to celebrate 700 subscribers.
Wow.
So
That's something. Thanks.
did you ever think we would get 700 subs on this channel?
I'll be honest with you, no, I never did. I'm glad, but it'd be nice to get 1,000, wouldn't it?
Well, we will get 1,000, and no doubt about that, but it takes time. It'll be another 6 months.
Yeah,
So
whatever.
I'd just like to say thank you very much to all you guys and girls for subscribing and taking the time to like our channel and to leave such wonderful and marvellous comments.
It's nice when they ask about it, isn't it?
It is. We get lots of love on this channel.
Well,
So-
we hope we give it out as well.
Oh yeah, we've got a little bit more forward here though. So what? Let's talk about our kit then. Want to start off this video?
Okay, first of all, we'll start from the top and work our way down, shall we?
Indeed.
Well, hang on.
Well, nearly follow my shield then.
First, if you're doing reenactment, full contact or even partial contact, you have to have, when I can undo it, a
Good
helmet. Doesn't matter whether you're playing a peasant or a warrior, you will need a helmet. Because once this crown's gone, game over.
And Egil likes his head, don't you, on his shoulders?
Yeah, well, I'm sure you do as well.
Indeed.
Now the thing about this helmet, it's a nice conical shape. And if I can use you a minute, Bragi,
Indeed you can.
look at me a minute.
Hello.
This is because if I strike it,
Yeah, show it on the other side.
the helmet,
There you go.
it drives the sword
Away.
away. And it also leaves me open. So don't skimp on this. Everybody, it's alright buying a fancy sword, but make sure you have a good, strong helmet. Your group leader should be able to guide you to the proper people.
I mean, a good group should have some spare kit to lend you on the battle site
Well,
to begin with.
yeah, but also I appreciate that some of you are just starting off. Make sure, make it a rule, group leaders, everyone must have head protection if you're doing combat. And this is not just a fashion statement. This guards the bridge of your nose and keeps you alive.
Certainly
Even in reenactment, accidents happen. Now, those of you who watched me fighting earlier will realise I hadn't got gloves on and saw the consequences.
Well, you had some very poor pound shop gloves.
Yeah.
That's like a dollar world gloves.
However, good pair of welding gloves from,
Well, they're from
gardening
eBay, but it's
centre.
irrelevant.
You can get them from gardening centres. Again, cover your hands, make sure
They're not the most
safe.
authentic of item, but they could be made a bit more authentic.
Yeah, you don't want authentic broken fingers or
No.
hands all covered in blood.
Just while you're talking about the helmet, we have actually filmed a video reviewing that helmet, and at some point in the future, I will publish it.
Another thing, a shield. Now, yes, it protects you, but also, if you notice, Bragi and I use it rather like a shooting stick. And it's not us being flippant.
I'll turn it around, I'll demonstrate backwards a lot, so you folk can actually see how we sit on the shield. There we go.
There you go.
So, there you go. I'm not being ignorant, I'm just demonstrating.
What it is sometimes you've given instructions which can be long-winded for the battle. Like, your guys go over here and we'll come over there and you argue this. And it could take a while. And also, if you're waiting to go on to battle, there's not always seats around and it could be wet on the foot. So, we've got helmet, gloves and shield.
Can we just go back to the helmet for a brief 30 seconds to a minute? Well, so in the last video I wore a helmet, if you remember, and I had to take it off because it wasn't fitting on my head right. And that was basically because I never used that helmet in a combat field. I never really used it at all. So it is important that you have a good helmet and it fits well on your head. Do you not agree?
Yeah, it's the same with all kit. If you're not comfortable walking 10 yards in it, then there's something wrong with your kit. You've got to be able to, I mean, if you're in a reenactment like we were, you used to have to walk through the streets of York, Derby, various other cities. So it's no good having. It happened to me one year. I was walking along, my belt fell off. Did that up. My shoes, the bindings on my leg undid.
We all get days like that.
Yeah, but if you just pay a bit of attention to your kit, it's all right. Now if we look at Bragi, we've done the helmet. I hope. Here he has a leather jerkin, hard wearing. It saves his underskirt. He saves his skirt or tunic from excessive wear. Also it looks pretty good.
It also sounds nice
Yeah.
when you walk around in it.
Yeah, and also keeps the wind out.
It does, it keeps you very warm actually, but also quite cool.
Well, most Viking kit, I mean, as you can see, I mean, I've got pretty normal kit, middling, well, first generation aristocracy, but this is it's a pretty good, durable kit. It'll last him a long time, and that is what you want to know. I mean, this kit I've got is at least 20 years old, apart from the underskirter and the shoes, but apart from that, these are all 20 odd years old. So I've got my money's worth out of them. He's also, now, some people say these aren't authentic. Well, it stops him from getting serious injury to his forearm.
I like my arms.
And let's face it, it's 6 weeks to 2 months off work otherwise, isn't it?
Well, I can't afford to have 2 months off YouTube and 2 months off caring.
And then we come to our trousers. Well, mine are especially baggy, and so are yours.
Yes.
That traps warm air, keeps you nice and warm.
But also keeps you cool. It's like a balance.
Well, natural fibres, they do respond to the weather. And of course you need a good pair of shoes. I've got a pair here. Now Bragi will show you his. His cost a lot of money, but it was some years ago when he got them.
Oh, hundreds of pounds.
All you got to do is make sure you keep them with, it's called G-Wax dubbing. Keep treating them.
Yeah, but if you can't afford to buy good quality wax, you can just use a good quality olive oil. That'll do just fine. Don't use veg oil. That can tend to leave a bit of mould on afterwards if you don't treat it right. But olive oil is very good for leather.
Well, basically, I mean, tin of dubbing, even I can afford it, but even me, the people on the street with more money than I've got, it's just about £1 for a tin.
There's probably more money on the street.
Yeah, but having said that, dubbing you can get from an army store or a camping shop. Just say you want something to protect your
Neat's
shoes.
foot oil, that's a good one.
Whatever you like, but make sure you keep your shoes well oiled, because they'll last you a long time. These did, and it's like anything else, the more you pay, the better the quality. I mean, I'm not complaining about these, but these are about
It's
a
a
year.
bit like comparing a Skoda to a Rolls Royce in boots though, to a degree.
Yeah, I suppose you're right, but at the same time, they do the job.
But it just show you know, you could have a £500 pair of shoes, like I have, or you could have a £50 pair of shoes.
Right,
So that's, you know, $750 or $100, and they both do the same job.
Yeah. Just that these will last longer than mine.
But mine are museum quality because of who made them.
Oh yeah, well, thing
Good
is,
old Ivor.
yeah, Ivor Lawton. The thing is, you look after your kit looks after you.
Indeed.
And as I say, I've got no complaints about mine.
If you look after your kit, it should outlive you.
Well, we'll see.
So let's get to the combat section where helmet. I called you helmet then.
Yeah.
You're not gone German, have you?
Yeah,
Egil.
helmet?
Yeah, I am helmet. I did call you helmet.
Yeah, I noticed that. That raises a few questions, but never mind, we'll skirt over that.
And one of the things we're going to try to do in this combat session, or as we like to call it, a battle session, battle practice, is slow down a little bit so we can actually demonstrate our sword blows more slower. Which is okay watching us both bash the living hell out of each other. But what do you guys learn from that? Oh yeah, you learn that both Bragi and Egil can fight.
Yeah.
But, and we are going to look into how to produce better combat videos in the future. We're very new to this combat, and we're especially new to this camera. So,
Alright, hang on, I'll just get my gloves
hopefully this week we won't get sore thumbs.
Yeah, I haven't bulked in that at all.
Yeah, well,
hint.
if I get round to it, I might put some leather on them. They could do dying, perhaps a darker brown, I don't know.
Yeah, they are a bit duck yellow, but never mind.
Well, I'll see you coming. I'll start off with the spear.
Right, we'll do this slowly.
Now, just before we start, let's talk about weapons being tested for safety.
Yeah.
We've tested our weapons, they've got no sharp edges, There's no possible way that we could cut each other.
The best way is run your hand down the so-called sharp edge. If you feel anything grabbing you, it needs filing. This is not just for aesthetic, it's one more important thing.
Yeah,
one very important thing.
What's that then?
Get a tetanus jab.
Yes. What about that?
Get one, because lockjaw is no fun. Okay, when you're ready, what are we doing?
Well, just a bit of combat to start off with to warm up.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to stab him with my shield, see what I can get. You got me there.
Yeah.
I'm very limited with this spear, what I can do with it. With a one-handed spear, I'm kind of relying on the man next door to me with a spear, but I'm not in that situation.
But the thing is, if you're in a shield wall, he's got the advantage.
Yeah.
See him, crafty man, sneaking his scrammer sack.
Ah, sacks.
Now, we'll demonstrate why he does it.
I'll demonstrate in slow motion what I can do with a scram, so I can come in.
Yeah.
Very quickly, he's dead there. Let's go a bit close to the camera for this.
Or another one.
Yeah.
I go round, try and outflank you. You've got your knife ready.
Yeah.
I think it's an easy kill because he dropped his spear. Well, no, he hasn't. He tempted me in.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that one.
Let's go back. I like being in this position.
Oh, because you actually lower down, didn't you?
Yeah, we'll give you that height advantage.
What you're trying to do, you're not trying to cut his head off with the spear. What you're doing, you hit the flat with the flat of your sword to knock it away.
Yeah, let's demonstrate that in slow motion.
There we go.
Let's go a bit closer for that. You can show them. So,
this
again,
is the right way.
I'm coming in, and he passes his leg.
Yeah, but you swipe it away across his body because it's harder for him. And then if
let's
you're
do
in a
it again.
shield wall, let's do that again. While he's like that, the guy next to me will run him through.
Yes. Now, I'm kind of stuck here.
Yeah.
I can't do much with my spear. I can only retreat backwards.
Yeah.
I hope to get my ground again.
And if he's going backwards, do it again.
Well, I don't see me go forward again.
Right,
You
if
keep going.
we're doing it like that,
Yeah.
what they'll do is push him back while he goes back, and he goes back far further than he hoped. And you'll get used to it. The more you do it, the better you get at it. I've not fought for what, 2, 3 years, no, 5 years easily.
Well, you fought a little bit regular on the channel, but not on a regular basis.
But as again, remember the flat. I mean, this guy spent money on this. The last thing he wants is some joker trying to chop his.
But it needs a better shaft.
Yeah,
But
that's still
does the job for now.
That's still no excuse for me to go hacking at that. Let's face it, we've been in battles where we've had people deliberately trying to.
Well, that can happen, yes.
I mean, they had to impose fines at one time, didn't they?
And don't forget, whenever you use a spear, always try to make sure that your back end is higher than your lower end.
Yeah.
Now let me demonstrate why. If I'm like this and my spear is up, you look where that is. Egil's face.
Yeah.
That's a very bad position to be in. So you always try to have the upper end up and your lower end down, and you can control it. But you try not to go too high. I try to keep to the lower third of the shield.
Aim below the neck, because do you remember Njal?
Yes.
He was fighting and this bloke with a spear caught him just in the corner of his eye.
Yes, and let's face it, brand new teeth cost thousands of pounds.
Well, also so does a glass eye.
Right, we'll move from that to, this video is mainly meant to be about the sword versus the sacks.
Okay.
But we're going to talk about a few other objects around fighting. So I'm going to go now to a single-handed spear without a shield. So let's just move this way.
Now looking at him, you'd think he's easy meat.
Grab the right one.
But here he is. Just hold your spear out.
Yeah.
That's the reach he's got. This is the reach I've got.
Yeah.
Who
I can go further, but I'm losing more of that control.
Yeah. But who do you think's going to win?
In theory, I should win.
The spearman should win every time. I used to use a 9-foot wing spear, and I had great fun with it. But okay, so it's that way, or you use it like a billiard cue. There's another one. There you go. Do it again, slower.
So, I got my spear there, I pushed it round, and I managed to get my spear and to slide it across his stomach I don't really want to point him because he'll get little bruises. We've all had them, so I try to slide across.
Well, also...
Let's just go close to the camera to that.
Yeah. It's better with a winged spear, but
yeah,
it can be
so
done.
I've come in.
So I'm like that.
I've kind of got the spear.
It's moved me.
And then I ran across his stomach.
And that's sufficient to get me out of the game.
Yeah, unless you got more than one hit. If you've got 3 hits, you've got two left.
It's still a pretty effective wound.
But if he charges me, there's not much I can do. I'm pretty much dead. I've either got to retreat or rely on a man fighting next to me.
What you've got to do is get past that. Once you're past that, he's pretty much...
Now, charging me again, this time I'm keeping my distance.
Yeah.
Because if I keep my distance away from him, he's always got that distance to travel.
Yeah, and I've got only about 33 inches. He's got about, what, 6 foot?
Well, yeah, around about 6 foot.
2 metres.
It's a 7-foot spear.
Yeah.
So, and that is a spear for you, and it's just a weapon we'll talk about in a future video. Yeah. So, let's go to the sword and shield now.
Okay. Again in slow motion to show the viewers.
So,
now, this is what you're not supposed to do, edge on edge. That way you're going to ruin your sword and your opponent. It's going to end up like a hacksaw, so it's flat on flat.
Best you can.
Yeah.
It doesn't always happen that way though.
Well, what he's going to do is to knock my sword out of the way so that I can't... There you go. Let's do that again. There we go. So flat on flat.
Yeah. So now he's got my sword and he can put it back.
We could do this all day. But having said that, this is a bit more up close and personal. And you will get people shoving you with the shield.
And they'll shout at you, Vikinger!
Yeah.
To intimidate.
It's to put you off. It doesn't. It's like water off a duck's back to me, but I think it's more sinister when they're quiet.
And they might shout, they might go, ah! Like that.
And then you chop his head off.
Yeah, I concentrated too much on shouting.
Now, the sword. Can you drop the shield a minute? What we're aiming for is there to there. Yeah? That's shoulder down to belly button. This is a forbidden zone down here, as are the arms.
The lower arms are forbidden.
Yeah, and the head.
And the head, definitely. Unless it's actually choreographed into a fight. But did you only take occasion where you might go like that on somebody's head?
And you have to arrange it, no sudden surprise.
And that would be generally a kill shot, the guy would die afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, in reality you go for the head all the time, in a real war. But we're not real war, we're reenactors.
But let's face it, these would have been bloody battles.
Oh
and,
yeah.
You know, if you'd been cut a few times, would you realise?
No. I'll tell you, there's a good film from the 70s actually that demonstrates that. Robin and Marion.
I watched that the other day, very good film that.
Sean Connery is covered in blood, but it could have been his enemies.
It's an odd film.
Yeah, it is. I don't think it's much to do with Robin Hood, but the point is, it's very effective in the way they're fighting.
I think one day we will review that trailer. Yes, and if you don't know, folks, I can't speak there. That happens on videos. We have reviewed a few trailers from films. In fact,
not to mention aeroplanes flying over.
No, that's not an airplane. That is one of Loki's beasts.
Oh, well,
that's what my father Magnar would say.
Alright. Oh well.
It was here.
Okay, so we've now got sword on sword, close on. We know not to use edge on edge, and it's a bit more. You see, for me, I take a step back, and because let's face it, Bragi's got a longer reach than I have. Look at that. No, just extend your arm. He's got a longer arm than I have.
Yeah, so
I've got to keep my distance. And it's not just a matter of going in, going you've got to think it through.
Because I'm a little bit faster than you, probably being younger, so I can run you around a bit more.
Yeah, and that's another thing. If you've got somebody who's big and brawny, just run them around a bit. They soon start puffing and blowing.
But another move in reenactment today used in combat is a very slow step move, and I demonstrate this.
Cool, man.
It's basically you come up close to me.
Yeah.
It's basically where I'm edging forward very slightly. I'm trying to get the upper ground so I can beat you.
And one of the problems I had with the group I was with when I was Master at Arms, you say forward and they'd go one step back, and then because once you step back, the enemy are pushing you.
And what is the Viking command for forward march?
Go on then.
Gang of Footwear.
Right,
I do believe. Though I may be mistaken.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since we used them.
Or if you're Saxon, Stepan.
Stepan.
Stepan is. Hey! Stepan! Stepan! You get the message. Step means step. So, yeah, your own particular group will have their own series of commands and will teach you otherwise. You'll also have your training officers who will teach you skirmishing, shield walls and things like that. This is to give you a bit of a taste and a bit of a background on the weapons, which is a good idea to talk about swords.
Yes.
So,
you may be asking, why does Bragi's sword ring?
yeah.
It does.
It's because,
It's a Binzi.
well, it's made by somebody different, but this sword I've had 20 odd years.
Yeah,
It's
had
had,
knocked out.
it's had a few bangs. When they're new, they sound like this.
I've had that 20 years.
Yeah, but mine doesn't ring at all. Silent but deadly. Now,
I know about that.
that's you. It's the original would have had two sharp edges. Now, if you look at the point used to be, if you got a 5p piece, which is about a quarter size.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Had to be fit.
Now,
there.
is that old 5p or new 5p?
Old 5p.
Right. So it's like equivalent
About
to a
the size of
10p.
it's about the size of a quarter.
Yeah, a quarter in the
Yeah.
US States of America.
And to test your weapon to make sure it's alright, you run your hand like that. You don't go quick in case there are, otherwise you get cut. If there is any burr on there, it feels rough, get a file and file it. That should be part of your kit, is to have a file
Yes,
and a cleaning
and we
block.
have them in our collection, authentic files.
Now, we have the crossguard or quillion. We both got the curved
Yes, so give you a
crossguard.
close up of that.
Yeah.
There we
That
go.
protects your hand so that when another swordsman, if you'd like to demonstrate, Bragi, slides his sword down the blade, you still have a hand and you can...
Do demonstrate same to me. So you can see that crossguard's got that sword and there's no way getting onto my hand.
Now if you do that
Happy
again
Bragi.
for me, do that again for me, you can then
Flip
shove
it
him
away.
out of the way and I've got him.
Just be careful of people's
Yeah.
heads.
Yeah, so anyway, there's the blade. This, the channel. People call it a blood channel and it's nothing to do with blood channels. What it is, it makes the sword lighter but you don't lose any metal. Then we have the handle or grip. Mine's got leather coating, I think yours has as well.
Yes.
Some are wood, some are ivory, and a mate of mine, he's dead now, used to make swords. He used to put tension bars here,
Yes.
slightly longer, so it forces the pommel and the quillion apart, and then wrap it up. Pommel. Now pommels can vary, as ours
Yeah,
do.
got a bit closer, they can see that then. Michael.
Okay. There you go. My pommel is an English one. Now, Bragi's,
Well,
I notice he keeps sitting down. This is slightly different. It's a variation.
the shield, didn't know that.
It's a variation on the English one. Now, if it's triangular, it's Norwegian. If it's looks like a loaf of bread, it's Danish. And these are English swords.
Now, would you ever hold your sword by the blade like that?
Not unless I wanted to give myself.
Because a lot of
I've seen
movies
it.
you'll see either like the Christians, they're handing the sword up in their hands like that, or like the toasting or surrendering.
Well, yeah, I mean it's.
I'm very
symbolic.
doubtful that would happen. I think you're more likely to do that because you're not going to cut yourself, or you might just try to...
You do see knights doing their vigil because they compared the sword with the crucifix. But in our period, I don't think you'd do that.
Alright, so let's round this up with some more combat at the end, and then I'm going to demonstrate how to die like a Viking.
Right. That's your job, I think.
Yeah, so well, I think Egil's a bit too old to be dying at his age.
No, I'm a bit too idle.
Yeah, well, that too.
A lot of people die at my age.
I'm pretty good at dying on camera.
You only
Maybe
die
not this
once.
time.
Okay, what are we doing now?
So we'll do a bit of combat, bit of hunting. Ah, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Oh dear.
that was a bit of battle stress.
Let's just do it this way, so you've got your back to the camera.
Now,
Yeah, I think you wanted to die there.
just so you can show the viewers.
Oh, you got my upper arm. I'm now armless.
Which would mean he was out of the battle, so he'd have to do that, and if he got any sense he'd back off out of it, because he can't defend himself, and it's all very heroic, but he's going to die otherwise, especially a loaded lusty spearmen.
Oh, equal.
Yeah.
I think you got me just slightly before though.
Okay,
So
you get the message.
I think you can kill me now. So
Right.
this is how you die on camera. So I'm
No.
coming up.
If we arrange beforehand for a headshot, you just drop like a sack of potatoes.
So I'm trying to save myself, but I'm going to get in.
There. And he's not going to be, I've hit him on the head, so down he goes.
No, I'm not dead yet. You've got me in the arm as well.
Now, and now here's a good one for the camera.
You don't even see that. I'm going to go to Valhalla now.
Yeah, alright.
Have you noticed I'm in the shape of the rune?
Yeah.
And what did Kim Siddham used to say?
Get a rise. God bless you, Kim.
And there we go. You probably didn't see that.
Nice one, Kim.
So, let's just come forward to finish this video. And we can think about doing something else.
Yeah.
So we do hope you enjoy that. For the 700 sub special, and we thank you all, every one of you, every 700. And to all those that have not subscribed,
Do so.
please subscribe. Oh, I'm a bit warm now.
I'm taking my head off. Ooh, sweaty already.
So leave a comment. Goodbye.
Goodbye.